see him not swap off of Imugi, and when you see him hold on to the axe. If those 3 boxes are checked, it's going to be a Monihalla day. Stingray, on the other hand, almost taking that win, almost had a couple of big wins. They're going on over into Demon Island. This is Elimination side top 8. There's a lot on the line, and Stingray is already opening hot.
And you were asking for this when we were sitting back in the other room, kind of just watching the tournament while some of our colleagues were playing. You wanted that Stingray Ada, and now your prayers have been answered. We do have Stingray rocking the blasters, and so far, Monihalla seems to have absolutely no idea what to do.
Yeah, his blasters extensions today have been phenomenal, especially the way that he goes in with like weapon toss after. Endlight not going to be able to get the sale. Follow up afterwards. Monihalla backing off a little bit here. Let's see what the opening is. Trying to use the weapon through to break space. Stingray going to have Monihalla off stage. What is going to be the edge guard? Okay, not going to be successful. Monihalla makes it back on, gets the neutral. Going to be a little bit difficult to KO off the top unless you get like that down into the recovery.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those situations. Nice little side sig coming out from Monihalla there, but one hit away from being able to get rid of Stingray stock. Ada, classic glass cannon type of character. Whoa, oh, man. All right, Stingray just kind of somehow getting through that.
Phasing through it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, just the very last hit of it is going to connect. Truth be told, I thought that would have maybe KO'd, but apparently it does not.
I thought it would have hit harder than it did. It's not really a sig that you use to knock out, but I thought it would have hit much further than it did there. Either way, I mean, Stingray being able to get the first stock, and now Money's just trying to find that final blow. Recovery will do it, a side air will do it, goes for the patented Dare Nair. That one's a really strong string that you can get on the Greatsword, and that brings things back to even.
Absolutely. Okay, Monihalla, he's going to be looking for that big opening. He needs to be able to get the damage, does not get the dodge call out that he was looking for. Stingray whiffing that D-Light, going to be able to connect the second one down inside. Nice combo. And oh my gosh, it's so active.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I can't say for certain, but easily one of the most active signatures in the game. And Stingray gonna go for a D-Light stare there, push Money off to the side, right? For a slow character like Imugi, it just makes more sense to opt to go for the sideways KO box over the vertical KO box, because then you can kind of force him out further because of that slow speed combined with the short walls of Demon Island.
This is a fast game. This is full speed ahead. They're constantly playing up in each other's face. Monihalla looking for the landing, gonna be able just to get the down into the immediate down finisher, excuse me, goes off stage with the D-Sig, is going to be able to connect it. Stingray with the landing neutral, able to just simply get that hit onto Monihalla. He was able to land safe. Monihalla holding onto that side sig, a little bit dangerous. That one is going to connect, and that one is going to KO. So guess what? His signatures are connecting. That's the Monihalla that we want to see.
Yeah, that down signature from Ada on blasters, even though it's extremely active and it does kind of make her jump back a bit at the end, it is still just a very long animation. The movie side sig, just one of those signatures that's fast enough to go ahead and do some damage for that. Yeah, look at this. I mean, that's just 2 reads, and Monihalla pretty much has the stock. The weapon throw might be able to steal deal. You tap it in, sidelight, that's game. Why did you?
Is that going to be game? Oh, Stingray. Did he have enough momentum to be able to make it back on, or did he just want to go for the emergency ground pound, hopefully chase dodge back on up, make it back on, and maybe even get a stock for it? It felt like at that position he had...
It looked like if he full drifted to the right, he might have been able to make it back. I was honestly surprised that Monihalla went for the gravity cancel sidelight instead of the gravity cancel D-Light ground pound to end the game here. So we see the dodge, and yeah, he could have just kept holding right, but there he could.
Maybe.
I think he
it's Demon Island.
Yeah.
You have to consider that it's Demon Island. The sides of the stage are super short, so the answer is maybe.
Hard to call. Hard to call.
Definitely tough to call.
Either way, I mean, had he hit Monihalla there wouldn't have been an issue, right? And that's why he went for that play. He was like, I'll be able to get the stock and get back. But unfortunately, we're going to run it back to Demon Island. And I always say, like, Greatswords love Demon Island, man.
They love this stage. They love this stage, and you can see Monihalla beginning to exploit it. He is beginning to get his big strings. He is able to now match and even surpass Stingray in the damage output. Looking for the sidelight opening. Stingray going to be able to find a sidelight of his own. The neutral follow-up whiff. Monihalla almost got a 3-piece as a whiff punish.
Yeah, and that one was a little bit rare as well. It looks like Stingray jumped out of that sidelight endlight finisher. But that's not supposed to be jumpable, so it might have just been a bit of an unfortunate situation for Monihalla because he did start that string falling off of the stage. But either way, good break for Stingray. I mean, honestly brave picking a legend like Ada into a character like Imugi, because you're not going to be surviving for extra long, but you do get a lot of added KO power.
Oh, the N-Sig is going to be able to just take that stock off the top. Nicely placed for the Monihalla. His signature accuracy has been truthfully phenomenal. Stingray just going to be slowing it down, waiting to be able to pick up the blasters once again. The down is not going to connect as Monihalla just spot dodges through it. Okay, Saido coming through. Stingley, once again, just going through that D-Sig and actually the dash-in D-Light.
Yes.
Such a great way to be able to get that much coverage. It is such a massive move.
Yeah, good timing from Monihalla there, because timing is going to be key there, so you don't accidentally run into the hitbox with that down 6. Stingray needs one more side air to go ahead and get the stock. Tries to go for the N-Sig.
Nicely done.
Really strong on a stage like this, but somehow Money almost able to get back, but a nice poke on the attempted gravity cancel N-Sig reversal from Monihalla. And so Stingray going to go ahead and pull ahead into the lead.
It's so difficult making it back onto the stage as gracefully because you don't actually have a lot of vertical coverage, and especially against blasters when you have to deal with down air, that is just, you know, Stingray, he waited out the options and he found the opening. Now he's up 2 stocks to 1.
Nice.
He's just going to be able to find a signature, tries to go for it again. Monihalla tossing away the axe, left weaponless. Stingray, he sidelights, doesn't connect. Monihalla going to be using that as an opening just to be able to pick up another weapon. He wants that down air. He's looking for the landing down air. Oh, nice. A side sig is going to connect, and it is going to be able to KO. Nicely done. 1 stock apiece. Last game, same exact situation. We saw his damage out, but is he going to do the same exact thing?
Yeah, all he needs is, you know, 2 reads on a character like Ada. The reason that side sig even took that last stock is because of that low defense from Ada playing a part here. I mean, Stingray did go into the defense stat, giving him, I believe, 4 defense, but that's still a pretty mid to low amount of defense to have here. And so Monihalla keeping things even here damage-wise, but you can see Stingray playing a little bit more grounded, gets caught by the weapon throw, doesn't really want to jump, gets caught by the weapon throw again. Monihalla not wanting to commit to any option, another weapon throw, but has another greatsword right next to him to go ahead and pick up.
That's right, but he does not have the privilege of doing the same thing. He's just trying to find that opening. He D-lights in the wrong direction. Oh no, he's not going to be able to find his connection. He goes for the weapon throw again. Stingray going to be setting up the juggle, picking up the blasters, and Monihalla has axe primed, so he picks it up. Is he going to toss it away?
Wow.
Yes, he will. He does not want to win with the axe. He wants to pick up his beloved greatsword once and for all, but the question is, can either of them close? Stingray, he wants that D-light. Monihalla, he wants that sidelight opener, or perhaps landing down to neutral to start the juggle. Not going to be able to get the sidelight.
Yeah, at this point, 1 good hit from Monihalla is all it takes. I'm surprised Stingray hasn't let the side sig rip yet on the blasters. Tries to go for the side air. D-light recovery is going to be the name of the game, and that's going to be 1-1 on the board. Stingray versus Monihalla, pretty even game.
He hit the down air. What happened to the neutral air? I'm pretty sure at that point down air neutral air was true. You play greatsword. I don't play greatsword. I don't know what's going on there. I defer to you.
Down air neutral air is true sometimes at very specific damage ranges, but most of the time that you're going for it, it's a string. You know, it happens so fast that people often aren't really holding or like buffering a dodge after they get hit by the down air, but a lot of the time it just isn't a true conversion. You're just catching people sleeping.
So he got out of it. He got out of the thing that Monihalla needed to be able to, you know, at least set up the juggle, perhaps even take the stock off the top, and then Stingray was just able to go ahead and close out the game with a much more consistent guaranteed true combo. Now it is 1-1. Stingray piling on the damage once again. Monihalla eating another D-light. So found off stage. The coverage with the D-Sig. He's gonna get a second one. What can Greatsword do to be able to get back onto stage with a blaster who's as precise as Stingray? This Ada pick is phenomenal. That D-Sig is huge.
Yeah, I mean, the Ada N-Sig really, like, on a stage like Demon Island, you don't have much wall to work with, and especially a lot of the way that greatsword players would recover in the past, they would just throw the greatsword up and try to do it unarmed because they just couldn't really cover their vertical spot. There's 20 frames of startup on that recovery. You're going to get stuffed out. But Monihalla doing a great job of answering back here with this axe. Tries to go for the ground pound, a bit of a Hail Mary. Gives Stingray the stage control and positioning, but Monihalla just dashes his way right back. Stingray hasn't put out a hitbox in a while here, just kind of giving Monihalla these opportunities. Money goes for a read, but not going to connect. And another N-Sig. That entire, pretty much like past 20 to 30 seconds, Stingray, I think, maybe threw out 1 attack.
Yeah, he was just not able to find an opening, but guess what? He opened off with a big lead. That means now the game is just about even. Okay, he's picking up the blasters. He's just looking for the next opening. Monihalla backing off a little bit here. He's looking for the jump call out. The fading back recovery with greatsword is such a non-committal option. Throw it out, you catch a jump, you catch it.
Go for 5 there. Let's see. All right, Money might be able to go ahead and get this. Needs one sider on the dodge. Catches it with the N-Sig. And you have to reverse that N-Sig on a Mugi in order for it to send in the direction you want there. Because normally, Mugi's N-Sig sends in the opposite direction of that you are facing. And so, obviously, Monihalla has played this character a decent amount. Yeah, you know what to do there.
Okay, jumping out there, gonna be
Nice.
punching him, but Monihalla makes it up even when sweating. Stingray without a weapon was in no position to be able to catch him any further. Monihalla looking for the next opening. Once again, Stingray gonna be able to get the air-to-air. Monihalla is now off stage. This is not the position you want to be in against Blasters. He's committing to the D-Sig. When Monihalla was already on the stage, he gets thrown back to the other side.
Ow.
That D-Sig, it is huge. It is active. Monihalla has got it mixed up by it already for like the third time. When he thought it was done, that move is not done. It does not quit.
Yeah, so many active frames. Nice down sig from Stingray there. I mean, kind of giving shades to the way that he would use that Orion down sig back in the day. This Ada down sig is arguably in some ways better. I think it might even have more force to it. It's definitely faster. So Stingray using that as a great get off me stacked option, but Monihalla basically 1 or 2 nairs away. Recovery will definitely do it, and that's the nair, and Monihalla wins game 3 and puts himself in a really good spot to potentially win this set over Stingray.
That stock 2 advantage state was fantastic. Stingray, he lost all of his jumps. He had to use up his dodge at the last possible second, and then he knew exactly when to go for like the Imugi, like Ensig in that position, right? Because what else could he have possibly done? So that was just a really difficult position. I don't know how he ended up losing so many of his beast releases, but then Monihalla was just able to keep up the lead throughout the rest of the game. Now we're seeing another unconventional pick for the Stingray. We're seeing the Reno pick, which goes hard. We're swapping off the Spear for the Orb. How do you feel about this pick right now?
I mean, honestly, a really good pick. I think that Orb does phenomenally into Greatsword. It ends up being kind of a thing where it just has a really good spacing tools and also just faster frame data, right?
Yep.
It's just a faster weapon overall. And so it means Monihalla's ability to whiff is just that much lower, right?
That's
With
right.
the side air there, gets immediately punished by a side lights air. With a side air here, another side lights air. You don't have enough time to move, dash, get a spot dodge out as the Greatsword player.
That's gonna be
and
it.
so you have to be so much more precise.
Orb is with Punish the weapon. The sheer amount of space that you're able to cover with a side light, with a D-light, with a side light, just means that even halfway across the stage, you are not going to be able to get away with it. Stingray, he was not accounting for the cross up that time around. Monihalla found a quick little opening. He's backing off a little bit once again here, just waiting for Stingray to do something first. But honestly, every time I see Stingray on the Orb, he just waits out his opponent.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, right? I mean, Orb, a really strong weapon for kind of playing passive and playing more parry, right? You can even see here Monihalla just kind of staring at Stingray as Stingray waits on the other side of the screen, just kind of saying, hey,
He's not going to swing first. He's not going to swing first. He waits for the impatience, and he's able to get the punish. Monihalla with a bit of an anxious D-Sig. He just wanted something. He wanted to be able to get the stock.
He's getting stuffed out, and that's what happens when you get a lead, right? When you have a lead, the onus is no longer on you to approach. And Stingray doing a great job of using that to his advantage, but finally losing the first stock. Monihalla gonna see if he can maybe get a dodge read here. It only takes 1 for him to bring this back to even damage counts.
Okay, back to the Blasters. He double jumped after just to be able to reset, hopefully getting Monihalla under him. The D-Light able to actually outspace the side light, coming in there with the side sig as well. It is not enough to KO off the side, but now that is Monihalla
Nice dodge.
with no weapon against Orb. Does he make it back on?
That's a beautiful Ensig, right? I mean, people forget about that one in Reno, right? That Ensig is such a good anti-air. It's so fast and absolutely yeets you to the blast zone. And now, huge deficit here from Monihalla. Gonna try to bring things back. That down sig's a good start. Can we get a side air on the way back? He gets the dodge. You need to spike him somehow. Goes for the down sig again, but Stingray just recovers high, recognizing that he doesn't want to play that game.
Now, Stingray on the Orb, every time that he swings first is when Monihalla is going to get the punish. Whenever Monihalla is the first one to do it, then Stingray gets the punish. It is just a game of patience at the moment.
Ooh. Now, honestly, I mean, Monihalla is going to have to be a little bit more patient. That side sig, hard to punish from that position. Goes for another nair. It's not enough. Goes ahead and cycles out another great sword. So the next spawn will be another one if he needs it. That means he can also weapon throw this great sword if he dares to try and create an opening for himself. But look at Stingray. Look at that patience, just holding center stage, understanding the importance of positioning, but it's not enough. A fadeaway recovery from Monihalla forces Stingray down to his final stop.
So good, so active, so much coverage. Monihalla is up 2 games to 1. We have seen him make this comeback in game 1. You know the kind of advantage state that he could have. He wasn't able to punish the end lag on the whiff D-Light. Okay. Side air is a get off me. He's just looking for the next big opening. Once again, the side light still not going to actually connect that time around. Both of them are whiffing so much in each other's faces.
Oh, and you can see Monihalla has swapped modes effectively. There's like 2 ways that you can play Greatsword. One is staying extremely grounded and going for these openers like we're seeing Monihalla do here. Beautiful catch on the dodge as well. Might be able to end the game. Gets a side edge. Ooh, that's going to be enough. One more read.
He has the lead. Okay, Stingray, he's playing back. He's just waiting for the opening. He's able to get the side edge. Monihalla is still on the stage. Demon Island is huge. The jump sail. Stingray is off stage. The aggressive recovery. Neutral going to still force Stingray into disadvantage. Monihalla with the weapon toss. Looking for the jump call out. Stingray going to be able to find a side of his own.
We got to watch out for the end here from Monihalla. Monihalla gets rid of this weapon. This is the best opportunity for Stingray here. Has the blasters, needs a D-Light recovery. And that's exactly what he finds. We're going to game 5, Dara.
The recovery, if it was just a few frames sooner, if you just went through the gravity cancel D-Light a few frames later, that could have been Monihalla's game, because that unarmed recovery with Imugi's force, with the sheer amount of strength that he has, I think that was going to be Stingray gone. That was a game defined by milliseconds at the end. You saw him hit him in the startup of his recovery. Look at this. Look at it again. Just one more time, please. Show us. So close. He had him. He knew that he was going to be stacked. He knew that he was going to have him in front of him. And they both covered the same option in the same exact position. And his D-Light came out before Monihalla's.
Yeah, I mean, that, as you said, a game decided by milliseconds, frames of a second, right? Where it's like you were this close, but the difference has now created this game 5 situation where Monihalla trying to figure out a way to deal with this Reno from Stingray. I mean, at first it was the Ada, and now the swap over to Orb, I think, is the boon that has been working really well for Stingray. Monihalla read the dodge there as well, but couldn't get the spacing, so he's not going to be able to get a juicy punish on Stingray there, and that might cost him in this game. But so far, I mean, things are still relatively even. That high defense from Amugi is going to pay a lot of dividends in terms of the amount of chances that Monihalla gets.
He's able to get the end light as an anti. Nicely done. I love that weapon toss. He's just able to go ahead and quickly pick it back on up. The axe is out now. Let's see what he's going to do with it. Gets the end light. He has Stingray off stage in a nasty position with no weapon. I love that jump out there. Baited option recovery, but he only got the weak hit of it. It does not matter. The N-Sig comes through. The N-Sig KOs off the top. Monihalla with a good stock lead.
Okay, and already starting to tack on a little bit of extra damage. Manages to find a side air and a nair, and it's looking to get even more. Stingray still needing to get this first stock. And, you know, at this point, I think that'll be enough. You get a D-Light here. That should be able to secure the knockout. Yes, there we go. Perfect timing from Stingray, not allowing himself to fall too far behind.
Not taking too much damage. Now he has the orb against the axe. Monihalla going to be quickly throwing away the axe, running away to the other side of the stage and picking up his beloved weapon. Now Stingray with the orb. He's not going to be the one that's typically swinging first. He's waiting for Monihalla to do something that he shouldn't. The neutral faced the wrong direction. It wasn't able to connect. He's able to get the side O. Monihalla gets back onto the stage. He whips that side O. That is so much end lag.
Oh, okay, nice little spot dodge here. Gets caught by the downlight as well. Monihalla dashing in and out, trying to find an opening. Gets caught on the weapon throw. Beautiful timing on that gravity cancel from Stingray to punish that. You know, this perfect off falling side was going to be true there because he got the dodge and almost gets the N-Sig.
No end lag. That has absolutely no end lag. That N-Sig is crazy. He could just toss it out and make Monihalla do something.
Wow, what a dodge from Stingray. Not getting caught by the second flame breath of that side signature. And now, I mean, it's looking a little rough for Monihalla, but he's still one read away here. Do not underestimate the KO power of Imugi. This turtle can tend you right to the blast zone in a moment's notice.
The whiff punish was so optimal, but Monihalla still finds himself off stage. Okay. He ended up SDing that second stock. He is now on his last stock of the set. We cannot count out either of these players at the moment, but Stingray with the orb, he has a lead. You know what that means? He does not have to be the one to approach. Monihalla, he wants the easy, you know, KO option. He wants the recovery, but it's actually not enough. The second one is going to have to be the one to do it. He just wants it. He doesn't want to go for the combo. He just wants the jump call out. That is all that he's threatening.
Nice.
Wrong direction.
Oh. Yeah, didn't actually end up doing the down sig to the left there, but the snare is still not enough. Wow, the fact that Stingray's stock is still here is absolutely kind of like pulling teeth from Monihalla. He just wants to move on to the final stock and just immediately goes for the full string. I believe Stingray had a dodge there, but he just called him out for it, and Monihalla now able to bring things down to the final stock. This is the elimination side of the bracket. One of these two competitors are going home here. Will it be Stingray or will it be Monihalla, part of that Young Money?
Huge three-piece. That is so much damage dealt onto Stingray. Down in the no follow-up this time around. Gets the end light. Going to be looking for the dodge and call out, and he was not able to find it. He gets the dodge punish that time around. Stingray, all of a sudden, the lead has dissipated. He was sweating on the way back down. Did He
GG.
did not. He didn't get any of his resources back. He's done. He has been eliminated, and Monihalla is going to be moving on. Amazing.
Yeah, Monihalla, I mean, I got to give it up, right? I mean, we all know, it was maybe 2 patches ago, Great Sword received some pretty heavy nerfs, right? And then, you know, especially after I think like Seiku's had just top 8'd with Magyar, and everyone was like, woo, Great Sword, Great Sword, Great Sword, Great Sword, right? And then it got nerfed really hard, and then let me tell you, House of Great Sword, Discord.